Well,
Love
that
Monty.
was too bad for Monty right here, but
That's right.
it's all okay because it wasn't just the morning activities.
Yeah.
We got some evening activities.
We
at
do,
Balloon
yeah.
Fiesta to look forward to.
It really is a favorite. It's a Special Shapes Glodio and a big hit with everyone, especially
course, yeah.
kids.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm just a big kid, though.
I'm a big kid, too,
Yeah.
We all get to sort of revert to childhood during
Yeah.
Balloon Fiesta, and what a great week for it. Let me show you the current situation here at Buffalo Thunder, a little bit to the north, but clear blue skies. It's not for just here in central New Mexico or the metro. Those clear blue skies are everywhere, and you can see right now it is warm, 85 degrees. That wind is calm, and this is good news for that static display, which is planned for later on this evening. So if you're going out to evening fiesta, then you're going to be experiencing kind of warm temperatures still at around 6 o'clock, but getting very comfortable in the low 70s by 8 p.m. Doesn't look like the wind is going to provide too much of worry for tonight's events. So go out and enjoy if you plan on doing that. It is the first evening glow event since Sunday, so since this week. And you can see that the temperatures all across New Mexico are in 70s and 80s, but 90s down there in Roswell and Carlsbad. The Hobbs monitoring site is being worked on by the National Weather Service. It should be back online in a couple days. But otherwise, that just kind of shows that warming trend, but calm wind statewide. This is one of the most gentle Balloon Fiesta weeks that I remember within the last decade, maybe even more. So it really is a treat out there looking for cool and calm weather, and not just in central New Mexico, all across the state. You're going to be seeing those temps in the 30s for areas like Taos. Out toward Gallup and Grants, feeling a little bit more like fall out there with those lows in the 30s, but just about everywhere else, we're talking 40s and 50s. And that's going to carry over to tomorrow morning. I'm anticipating that once again, we're going to be looking at low wind speeds and pleasant conditions for tomorrow morning's mass ascension. Otherwise, statewide, it is going to be exceptionally clear and dry. That takes us into Saturday, where we will be seeing, the final weekend of Balloon Fiesta, near perfect conditions as well in terms of wind, and certainly almost no cloud cover. But then Sunday comes along, and we are looking at some changes after the last mass ascension. This cold front is slated to come in around the afternoon hours, and that's going to start to cause things to get breezy across eastern and central New Mexico as we head toward Sunday evening. But into Monday, that's going to cool us down just a little bit. We're going to start to get closer to average or normal temperatures for this time of year, because we're getting another cold front from the west this time on Tuesday. And based on what we're seeing so far in your 7-day forecast, that will spell some relief for those of you living in southeast New Mexico. Otherwise, it's still off to the heat. 95 degrees through Saturday, but look at next week. Back to the 80s and even the low 80s Tuesday into Wednesday. Across the southwest for tomorrow, I'm expecting mostly 80s, but look at Las Cruces, Lordsburg, Deming in the 90s there. 84 degrees for Silver City. Up toward the northwest mountains, I'm going to be calling for areas like 80 degrees for Durango, but it's 84 in places like Farmington. So still holding steady with this quiet pattern throughout that area and the North Mountains. Going to be a great day for leaf peeping, and the same for this weekend for Santa Fe. Up in those higher elevations, going to be cooler, but still holding into the 70s down there in the city. Across the northeast tomorrow, 83 degrees, Roy, 80 in Las Vegas, but getting close to the 90s, dare I say, for Tucumcari. The East Mountains for tomorrow also going to be just a touch warmer. And as we go into the Rio Grande Valley, we're going to start seeing some areas creeping into the high 80s. And by that, I mean valley locations only for a few hours in the afternoon. But as things stand right now, it is mid 80s into the weekend for Rio Rancho. Same for Albuquerque. And then as we head toward next week, especially by Wednesday, it looks like we're going to be closer to normal with those predictions in the upper 70s.